Hello there, this is Ikram of King Sukhoroy, The Evolution of I. In my last video I showed you a technique you can use to manipulate confidence while you're standing up and you have some room. To emphasize and continue a longevity of confidence, I'll talk about body posture when you're seated. Now imagine this when you're at the office, when you're at work, and when you're at home, because you can't always find a secluded room where you can stand up and expose as much space as possible. So let's continue with adapting manipulation of confidence while in a seated position. Now confidence is all about the taking up of space, which is why in my last video I spoke about taking up as much space as possible. And what this does is it shows the mind from the body that we have an abundance of self-assurance, that we are safe, and that we have every reason to be confident. A lot of us, when we sit down, we sit with bad posture, such as sometimes we slouch, our legs will be close together, our ankles might be slightly locked, hands will be crossed over, covering the groin as I'm sitting right now. Think about when you're about to embark upon an interview. You'll be sat outside waiting to be called in. You might be reading over some notes, hunched over, closed off. Now, what you're doing is when you're in a moment when you should be releasing testosterone, releasing some good hormones to increase your confidence, what you're actually doing is doing the absolute opposite. And when you're seated in a bad posture, you'll find that you can't breathe deeply. And if you can't breathe correctly, you can't supply oxygen to your body and to your brain, which puts you under a bit more stress. So to manipulate this, utilize the space that you have. So sit in the chair properly, taking up the entire seat, and make sure that your feet are planted with some space, exposing your groin. Make sure your feet are pointed outwards. If you lock your ankles, this is also a sign of nervousness or anxiety or intimidation, because you're crossing and creating a barrier. What you want to do is uncross and remove any barriers completely. With your chest proud and your shoulders back, your arms by your side, take a few minutes to breathe. There is a very, very, very powerful breathing technique known as the 7-4-8, which is to take 7 seconds to inhale through your nose, slowly inflating your belly, holding that breath for 4 seconds, and then increasing the exhale by a second, so you breathe out in 8 seconds. So there's some music embedded into this, which I don't have the rights to, cheeky, I know, but listen to some theatrical music, because what that does, it takes you away onto a journey. So if you have some headphones, plug in your headphones and listen to the music that is comfortable for you. Predominantly I like non-vocal music, I like instrumental music, as there is no distraction because of the lyrics. So play some uplifting music, breathe in, taking 7 seconds, hold that for 4 seconds, and then exhale in 8 seconds through your mouth. For example, now continuing this for about 3 minutes relaxes your heart rate, regulates your heartbeat, and makes you a lot more calm and allows for you to produce the testosterone while in a calm environment and a calm nature. What you don't want to be is erratic. Practice this 3 minutes in the beginning of your day, when you're at your desk, when you're about to go on lunch, or when you come back, when you're at the park bench, when you're on the train, if you manage to get a seat, which I don't, if you're on the bus or whatever. This will allow a flow of the confidence hormone, which will soothe you, calm you, give you authority, give you assurance in yourself. Essentially, you're telling your mind that you are in control, and your mind is telling your body that you are in control. This compounds and it exceeds. So continue this and enjoy. On my next video, I'll speak a little bit more about the kind of music that helps and why music helps, and also how to dress a bit more authoritatively, which boosts a bit more confidence. This is Ikram of King Sukuroi, the evolution of I, the evolution of us. Journey well, and may life always be in our favor. God bless you.